What happens when the island's water disappears? Lilo and Stitch go to their favorite waterfall. It is usually a powerful cascade. Today, the rocks are dry. They follow the river that feeds the waterfall. The riverbed is also dry. Puddles remain, but the flowing water is gone. Stitch looks around. Puzzled, they see other islanders looking worried near normally flowing streams. The usual sounds of rushing water are absent. The air feels still and heavy. Lilo and Stitch rush to Kumu. They describe the missing waterfalls and rivers. A looks deeply concerned. This is not good, he says gravely. Kumu tells a legend of Waiola, the spirit of the island's fresh water. It is said Waiola rests in a hidden spring high in the mountains. The legend says if Waiola is troubled, the island's water will recede. The springs will dry, and the rivers will stop flowing. Lilo and Stitch decide they must find Waiola's spring. They need to discover what is troubling the water spirit. They begin their ascent into the mountains. As they climb higher, the landscape becomes drier. Plants look wilted. The ground is cracked. The absence of water is evident. They listen carefully for any sign of water. They hear a very faint trickle coming from behind a large rock formation. The trickle leads them to a small, hidden cave. Inside, a tiny spring barely drips. The air feels strangely heavy and sad. Near the spring, they see a large blockage. Rocks and mud have fallen, almost completely covering the water source. They sense a weak, ethereal presence. This must be Waiola. Weakened by the blockage of its spring, Lilo and Stitch work together. They try to move the large rocks. They are heavy and difficult to budge. Stitch uses his super strength. He pushes against a large boulder. With a grunt, he manages to move it. They clear away mud and smaller stones. The spring is still mostly blocked. The water trickles even slower. A coordinated effort. Lilo finds smaller rocks and carries them away. Stitch continues to push the larger debris. They work as a team. Slowly, more water begins to trickle from the spring. The ethereal presence feels a little stronger. Finally, they clear the main blockage. Water gushes forth from the spring. The sound is weak at first, but grows stronger. They feel a wave of peaceful energy. It is Waiola's gratitude. The spirit's presence feels much stronger now. As the spring flows freely, they hear the distant sound of rushing water. The rivers are starting to flow again. They rush back to their favorite spot. The waterfall is cascading powerfully once more. The sound is joyful. The island is filled with the happy sounds of flowing water again. Birds drink from streams. Plants seem to perk up. Lilo smiles, relieved that the island's water has returned. She loves the sound and sight of the waterfalls. Stitch laps up the fresh water from the flowing river. Looking happy and refreshed, they learn the importance of respecting the island's natural resources, especially fresh water. They decide to mark the path to Waiola's spring and ensure it remains clear of debris in the future. The island is thriving once more. Thanks to the return of its precious water, balance has been restored. Lilo and Stitch tell their Ohana about their adventure and how they help the spirit of the water. Waiola, the gift of water. They appreciate the life-giving gift of fresh water and promise to never take it for granted. What precious resources will you protect? Think about the things our planet needs. Let's all do our part to care for it.